looks good. Gonna just be trenching a little bit on some AI creatives here. And I'll be sharing the process. Gonna be a little deep work session. First thing that I want to do is showcase the idea that I have. So if I open up my phone, you should be able to see there's this AI creator here that I saw this hook in. And you can see like she's, you know, in a store, she has this gasp going on, and then she essentially drops her matcha or whatever the fuck that is and like points at something, and then it like transitions into clear product showcase. Now, what I'm thinking we do is a street engraving scene. Same girl dropping drink, and then transition into close-ups of product actually being made, and then final product showcase. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Thinking we go from a similar starting scene of girl dropping something, but in a different environment, like a street, if you will, where in front of her is the like a little booth with a laser engraving machine and somebody, you know, working on it, and her like reacting to that, dropping a drink, pointing at it, and then transition to product being made. And we have a bunch of shots that we can use for that. So essentially what I'm going to be trying to recreate here in this session is a similar hook to this of girl dropping drink in a completely different environment. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab a screenshot here. And then I also want to grab this. And we're going to use those as reference photos. And then we're going to hop over to free pick over here. Drop in some of our reference photos. Okay. And then I'm gonna grab some shots of the laser engraver that we're gonna be using to switch up this environment with. Let's see if I have any clear ones. I should. Basically, it's going to be like this machine in the back there, which I need to dig up some older photos of. But we want that whole scene to essentially be like on a street, if you will, or like in a flea market type area. So I'm gonna grab, I need to figure out where the fuck did I put those reference photos, because it's clearly not in here. We're gonna check out two other projects here to see if they're in there. let me know if the sound is better now. Testing 1 2. Okay, here's the reference photos that I wanted. Basically want this laser engraving machine in there. Just gonna copy that, move it over to this project. Let me test something to see if I can fix the audio. Testing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This should be better. But let me know if it's not. And I can keep messing with it if it's not better. How's July meta performance compared to June? A little bit better. Usually July, August are better than kind of right after Q1 happens, and then Q4 is obviously good. Summer season's not too bad. What's good, Kun? All right, so let's do a few things. We're gonna generate this chick here. Let's actually grab some street, like flea market type beat. Yeah, something like this. Actually like this one here. So I'm gonna say 9:16. We're gonna say remove the text from, just remove the text. We'll start with that. Actually, this too. Remove the text. And remove the white space. Full screen the character. Okay. do want to build this scene where we grab this here. And also this machine. And we're going to say recreate a flea market environment with the reference laser engraving machine on one of the tables and a guy working with it. Working the machine. Okay. I'll probably do like 10 runs of that. Okay, sick. And I want a different character. Let's see. How's Magnific pricing compared to Higgsfield? They're both about the same, to be completely honest with you. They're all gonna charge you out the ass, but that's how they make money. I use both. I started with Magnific, which used to be called Free Pick because of their workflow tools. And then, yeah, started playing around with Higgsfield recently. I think Higgsfield just released, or they've now had it for a minute, but the same type of like workflow environment, which I like to utilize. Okay, let's find a character. So we're gonna go to TikTok and we're gonna find, nice, it just doesn't want to work. Nice. And this also doesn't want to work. All right, let's do it for you. And I am looking for just a random girly pop. All right, this girly pop will do. I'm gonna grab random girly pop. And then we're gonna hop back in here. And we'll drag her in here. Okay, so recreate this scene, but change out the cowboy character to the girl in blue top from the reference. Keep the expression. I don't know if I spelled that right. Expression. The same. Just change out the character. And then we'll probably also do like 10 of those. Okay, sick. Yeah, this is gonna work nicely. We got a nice flea market environment selection. Now I need to find one that's going to have enough space for the girl to be there too. Actually, I have an idea. We're gonna use one of these as like the end frame, if you will. That should be fine. Okay, sick. And then I want one of these where she's like her hands out so I can have her holding a matcha because this frame did not catch it. She already dropped it. This could work. We'll grab that. We'll yeet these. And then a few things I want to do. So we're gonna grab the same flea market reference. And we're gonna say, put this girl in the reference environment. Flea market environment. Can't use the @ to reference to the image. You can. I've done that in the, I'm not sure if you can. Yeah, you can. No. Nope. Nope. I like this one here the best. And then we're gonna grab this guy here. We're gonna say add both the girl and the guy working with the laser engraving machine in the same environment. 4K resolution, images necessary for video generation. I wouldn't say so, to be honest with you. Like one, yeah, I would say 1 to 2K is fine for image. That's usually what I do. What's more important is like if you have specifics that you want included, that you add references of those, which is a given. All right, so this isn't it. This isn't it. I like this shot, but I don't want the machine to be in front of her. Like I almost want first like a close-up of her like dropping like a matcha or some shit. And then panning to the scene that's then gonna transition. And I think to do that, we're gonna reprompt this. So we're gonna reprompt, add the guy working with the laser engraving machine off frame. Off frame on the red table. Essentially I want this shot of her as the beginning shot, and then I want that to transition, because I'm gonna add a matcha, like her holding a matcha, as well as like a dog leash with the hand that she's gasping with, and a dog in the frame. And then I'm gonna have her like drop the matcha and then like point. That's the goal with what I'm trying to build right now. So similar to, for anybody who's just tuning in and is wondering what the fuck we're doing. So something similar to that initial hook shot. And you can see they transition it to then AI product showcase. Also AI of product being worn. But basically I'm trying to get this initial shot because I do have on that same like laser engraving environment, like this type beat, I have a bunch of footage that's real footage that I can stitch together. But I want to get a really solid initial hook that's going to be grabby. And I do like how she like drops this drink and is like gasping. And I think that aspect of it can be repeated here. Like those winning variables can be utilized. Okay, so these are better. Not these. But like this here. Yeah. Nope, that one's broken. That one you can't see your hand in. I think this one here is the winner so far. Yeah. And we can play around with her expression more later if we want, but wanted to get to this point first. Let's go ahead and we'll say in the girl's left hand, add hand, make her hold a matcha, an iced matcha in a clear cup. So that's the next thing we're gonna do. And yeah, to tie in the question on 4K, like I'm literally just on 2K right now. You can do 4, but might be slightly overkill. Like you're gonna get pixel details and difference. What video generation model do you use? Honestly, Kling is still good. Cdance is really good. Cdance 2. And then Gemini's new flash model. That's Omni Flash. And then on the question, you just clone videos. Not always, but it's a pretty easy way to utilize winning variables somebody else has identified in your own content. Okay. This one's nice. And I'm not the biggest fan of her expression. It almost looks like she's yawning. So we can fix that. These, I don't like the straw in front. Nope. I don't hate this one either. That depth doesn't seem right. So far, the one I like the best is probably like this one here. I'm gonna try something. So we're gonna take the original original expression, and we'll drag it into here. And then we're gonna say you modify the girl's expression to be the same as the reference photo. While she's looking at the man with the, as she's looking at where the man is laser engraving. Okay, and then we're gonna see what we get from that. Is the Kling 2.5 any good? I like Kling 3 better, to be honest with you. Like, yes, 2.5 can work. You will get slightly better results with 3. Removed our fucking matcha. Nope. I do like that one. Yeah, I think this is the winner here. Or this one here. Nope, not that one. I'm looking at expression, by the way, right now. Trying to see which I like, which I don't. This one over here looked more like she's fucking yawning. So we're revamping it a bit. Not the biggest fan of that one. Not the biggest fan of that one. Not the biggest fan of that one. Okay, so these two are the ones that stand out. Okay. I like a little bit better. I want to say this top one if it decides that it wants to open. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. This one, maybe a little bit too shocked, but... Okay. Add the matcha back in this girl's left hand. Nailed it. Bruh. Nice. Okay. Cool, this one looks about right. That one's usable. I also don't hate this one. Okay, let's move forward with this one here. In the hand that she's covering her mouth, add her holding a leash that leads to... what dog do we want? That leads to... Let's see what content we have that we can use for this. I have quite a bit of this pug. Let's see what else. Okay. I kind of like this one here. We're going to use it. Let's download that guy. And we'll just say like black lab. We don't have to specify. That leads to a black Labrador. Yeah, it's the right spelling. Next to her feet. At your stage of business, do you have a team or do you still do everything by yourself? We have a team. I just also enjoy creating things myself. So I still do it. How do you get around the New York that you have to show that it's AI in your creative? What do you mean by that? I don't hate this one. Debating between, I think, these three here. This one, she looks a little bit less surprised, more sad. And then we can fix some of the grainage and details later. But also, like, the sad aspect isn't bad. We want to show like an emotional response. This one's definitely more surprised, also more surprised. Honestly, I kind of like this sad one a little bit more. I don't know. want to try something. We might try with a few of these. Let me think. What's the next thing I want to do? I want to add some reference shots of actual, like the actual environment of where the engraving's happening, which we're gonna grab from here. We're gonna use this one here. And we'll get a reference like this. So recreate this exact image. Just add the details on the blue vise that is under the laser engraving machine from the attached reference. And what I want to do here is, if you look closely, you can see this just has like, it's opened up and it has like a plate. I want to actually add, you know, what we're then going to be showcasing the engraving of, which is going to be something like this. So I want to add that detail. And then we're just going to do something like this. And let that load. If it's an AI creator, you have to identify that it's an AI creator, or else you can get fined. Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line. Yes, you can, you know, check the little box that says, like, if you're releasing these organically, you can check the little box that's saying it's AI, and then it'll disclose it. The other grayer area is if there's a single AI character in it, but then there's also real footage in it. Then it's debatable on, do you disclose it or not? We're not particularly disclosing, but we're also, with most of our AI content, it's a mixture of some shots with AI, some shots that are real shots. That's how we've been approaching it. I'm actually curious here. So there's a AI disclosure, New York. Interesting. I guess that came out, yeah, in June. Synthetic performer disclosure law. What advertisers need to know. Yeah, I am sure that if you are excessively utilizing AI and not disclosing it, then it's possible. So it doesn't apply for expressive work. What is that? Including motion picture, television program. Da, 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 da. There's so many ways that illegally you could argue this. That's a great question, by the way. Like, appreciate you asking this, because I honestly have not looked into the new New York one, the new New York law that came out about this. So it's like, it's basically saying you would need to disclose it somewhere. It's not saying it has to be in the content. You know what I think people are going to do? So you know how on like TV ads, you'll have, not even TV ads. We even see it now with a lot of large D2C brands where they have like in small text during, you know, a UGC creator or whatever, something saying like, this person was compensated for, you know, creating this piece of content. I think we're going to see similar stuff with different language that will probably be legally debated. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see happen. But yeah, having disclosures, whether it's in the caption or whether it's in the actual video itself, will likely become, you know, the way that you approach that, Econ Frank. Likely you wouldn't want it in your primary text as an ad, so you can probably get away with it being like in small text at the bottom. Nice, this completely fucked it up. Oh, except this one. This one nailed it, kind of. It's like 85% there. These just didn't work. With the details on the blue vice from the attached reference. I'm gonna retry this. Yeah, I already see some brands doing that. Makes sense. Zed Wellness, they're doing that, I think. Let's take a look at their ads. Zen Wellness. I don't know if that... There might be a bunch of Zen Wellnesses. Oh no, Zend. Zend Wellness. Yep. Well, this is saying that they were not... This is the FDA claim that they have to put on. But yeah, they're not adding it elsewhere. At least in that one they didn't. But yeah, like this type of text is what I think we're going to start seeing on clips that are AI generated to some degree. I'm not saying for everything. It's wild. But yeah, this has no disclosure on it. Oh, here, hold up. Yeah, there we go. You're right. They do it. But it's like at the very end in... Bro, you can't even read that. AI generated something something inspired by actual experiences. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Blah, 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 blah. So yes, exactly this is what I think is going to be happening, which is pretty spot on. But yeah, I mean, most people aren't going to be giving your ad 100% retention. And if you're adding it in the last couple of seconds, then you're likely not going to be seeing any issues. All right, so all these are flopping. Okay. This is the only one where we got a little bit closer to what we're trying to run. And I think it's going to be fine. We should be chilling. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna run an image upscaler on this. And then while we're doing that, we're gonna grab this video that I want to show of the end product, which should look similar to this dog here. Yeah, so we're gonna grab that video, drag that into a video generator. Gonna probably run Gemini Omni Flash on this. We'll see if it actually works, because sometimes it doesn't. And then this only needs to be like, honestly, 3 seconds long. And then we're gonna grab also our little flea market reference that we got going on. I don't know why it does this, it's annoying. It's completely bugging out. There we go. Grab this, and we're gonna add this as a image reference. And then we're gonna say recreate the, we're just gonna say change the background of the video to be in the reference flea market scene. We'll run 2 of those. And that's about 1,500 credits for 2 generations of 3 seconds. Okay. And then this guy here, check that into a video generator, and we're gonna run cling on this boy 2, on cling 3. And then I'm gonna add, I'm gonna write my prompt out here. I'm gonna say something along the lines of animate the flea market scene with people walking around. The girl in the main the girl in the front animate the flea market scene with people walking around. Animate the girl that's gasping to drop her matcha, which hits the table, then falls to the floor. Animate the dog to be startled by the drink that fell and start licking it. After the girl drops her matcha, have her point towards where the man on the left side is working with his hands while keeping her. Let me see, actually, does. Okay, so our original reference here has her like point with the hand she's gasping. Nah, this fucking did not do what I needed to do. Rip another 1,500 credits. Okay. Have her point where the man on the right side is working with his hands. Have her point with the hand she's gasping with toward the man on the right side who is working with his hands. And if we wanted to, we could do something similar to the original where the camera is moving close to her, but I want to see how this looks first. Yeah, Kling will run you cheaper. It's like 500 and some credits for it. Yeah, this is not getting what I want to be honest with you. I'm gonna do something here. We're gonna grab our first frame here. nailed that. Hold up. This needs to go into the reference of the first frame. We might run the cling method, honestly, for this as well. I'm not liking the output I'm getting here with Omni. I've gotten good output with it before. Let me actually see what I prompted before. Hold on. Ref vid 1. Let's try this. This one here is called at chat yurt in the environment of which is a flea market scene with people moving around. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, I need to reprompt this to after she drops her drink that she like keeps focus, essentially, which is the next prompt for this. Let me see how it did with the animation. Animation of people walking and doing stuff in the back is fine. And in the flea market scene, people walking around. Animate the girl that's gasping to drop her matcha, which hits the table and falls to the floor out of frame. After the girl drops her matcha, she keeps looking and gasping. She keeps looking and gasping and didn't realize that she dropped it, but is just holding her hand open where the matcha would have been. Let's give that a try. Okay, better. We just, for some fucking reason, got a cat. But, like, more in the direction of what I wanted. Oh, yeah, I mean, you couldn't see the back there. Which is the flea market, seeing people moving around. Keep the necklaces in the box. Looking the same as in F1 video. We'll let those generate.
Stuck, do you think it shows? I know you're trying to get rid of me, but I'm in your head and I'll never leave. You say that you never fight, but with me I wander up all night. You can drive away, but you will never leave. I'm in your mind, I guess you're stuck with me.
All right, this is better. So we kind of got similar environment with product showcase at the end. So one thing I noticed for details is that Cling 3 I like a little bit better for details than I do currently OmniFlash. OmniFlash is good for taking like an existing video and then being able to reference existing video to manipulate variables. But if you're trying to add like just say I wanted this engraving to look exactly like, you know, like this, what would work better for that is to first, so take like the start image, and then we would create a new image here and then just put it in the environment. So it's like change the background, so recreate the hand holding the box with all the details on the necklace, but change the background to the flea market reference. So like if we did this first and then we animated that as a first frame with Cling 3, you'll be able to keep a lot more detail, which is nice. And sometimes, you know, can obviously be useful. Like this can work, don't get me wrong. Like it's good enough. But for example, and also my own interest's sake, I'm gonna do another one with Cling. And we could do another one also with Dance if we were curious on that. Yeah, I'll just, in general, keep more detail. I want to keep it that close, though. Hold up, let's reprompt that. Recreate the box. Detail necklace. Close to the camera. We want the same position as the original. And then we'll grab this guy. And we'll just do that. But yeah, I think you can see what I mean. Like details are a little bit better in terms of the original there. I'm gonna get it a little bit closer. She does it in such an accusing way, which is what's funny. It goes all over the table too. Honestly, this could work. But like the frame would start as it's dropping, right? Then you have a motion hook. This is so far a top contender. This one, she reacts before it falls. Reaction. And then it falls. And then this one, she's like blaming him. Let's keep prompting this because I'm enjoying the variations. Animate the flea market scene with people walking around, and the girl that's gasping to drop her matcha right at the start, which hits the table and falls out of frame. She keeps a dead stare forward and doesn't realize the matcha fell. And the ducks start drinking, to be startled by the drink that fell and start licking it. After girl drops her matcha, she just holds her hand open where the matcha would have been. She just holds her left hand open where the matcha would have been. She then removes her hand from her mouth, removes her right hand from her mouth, and points towards the area that the man's hands are working. Bottom right. She is so in shock at what he is making that she drops her drink and doesn't even realize that it fell. Let's try that. But yeah, this is so far, this is usable, like as is. Yeah, literally like this is then our transition. And then if we add just a teeny bit of speed to that. Yeah. The splash is good. Like I like how the look at the drink here. It like just sprays kind of on the platform and then goes out and the dog's then looking for it. It's like decently executed. It's obviously not perfect, but for a hook and for like reference shots that are going to be in the next scenes that people will be watching, it could be enough. And this would likely be also tried for context for everybody. This would be tested as a trial reel if being posted organically. For anything that I do with AI, especially if it's going towards younger demos that can really pinpoint AI, I will test it on a trial reel before showing it to our audience, just because in the past we've released like AI content to our audience and they didn't like it. So trying to, not harm brand reputation or lose people's following on the main brand socials if something is not resonating as an AI piece of content as well. Nice. This is actually a little bit better. Nice. Text here is a little bit fucked, but that's fine. Oh, this is also not bad. Eyes get fucked though, but this is I like her reaction at the end there. And then here's an issue also with this one. This turns into 2 bottles. Nice. But in the right direction, right? Like definitely in the right direction. So you can obviously keep playing around with it until you get something as perfect as you like it. Which I could, but I think I'd rather continue playing with this here. Yeah, this is a better. See what I mean by the details? Like, look at the details here compared to like the reference. It's like pretty spot on. Okay, and then we can try something similar. So we can obviously animate this. We can either animate this in Kling, which is the demo I was going to showcase. So like if we wanted to animate it in Kling, we could just video generator. We have Kling. This is not. We're not going to add this as a reference. We're going to actually add this as a start image. And then we can just say something like slowly, hand slowly rotates the box to showcase the necklaces inside as people walk by in a busy flea market background. And then if we wanted to use Omni to like perfect this, if you will, we could do something like this, where we could do video generator. We can run Omni Flash. Also 3 seconds. We can drag the video in as a reference video. And then we should be able to add the image reference. So recreate at what the fuck did I call this? Ref video 1. But use the details from, I just click on it. Nope. Image generator 11. Image generator 11. Okay, we can see how that comes out. And we can also look at the different variations of this. So this would start like right around here. I mean, both are good. This could be a good test also to just post 2 different trial reels with a similar hook that has a different approach. I think the issue with this one, I think this also, it kind of like splits into 2 cups. Yeah. I like the OG, to be honest with you. A little bit better. And this could also be fixed. Let's just say you wanted to use this exact shot. You could fix it. Like, you could chuck it into Omni and fix it. Because I do like her expression there. Yeah, I like the OG one the best. Let's see what we have for... Still didn't do it right. Yeah, I mean, look, this is what I mean. So look at, like, even with Omni's overpriced credits and using an additional image reference here, right? So we're recreating video 1, but using details from image 1, which has the details pretty close up. You can see it's still, like, the actual detail aspect, it didn't get right, right? Like, and it fucking put a cat, you know what I'm saying? It got the hand beautifully, it got the box, and, you know, everything else looks 10 out of 10. And then check this out. This is now Kling. Like, so much better. It looks like very, very close to the OG. Right? It's kind of why I'm still a Kling maxi to some degree. download that one. It's obviously not going to go this shot to this shot. It's going to go this shot to bro creating, you know, the necklace, and then this shot at the end of it. But I think we successfully got the main shot that I wanted to get created here in this session, which is this girl gasping, looking at a station where the laser engraving is happening, holding a drink, dropping drink at the beginning, also having dog somewhere in frame, and then also animating everything in this so that there's stuff that's happening, like dog looks at the drink when it falls. You know, girl points at guy in this case. Like you can see dog down there is now looking for a drink that just fell. And she's like, you know, freaking out. She like points at him like, no way you just did that. Which is kind of the, yeah, what I'm trying to go for. And then our characters in the back are well animated. You can't really tell that they're not real. There's not too many dead giveaways. There are some giveaways. Like if you ask me to pinpoint it, like look at the stairs up here. They're not same, right? Like sure, that is somebody actually going to realize that? Probably not. And if you were to study, you know, some of the faces, like if you were to zoom up on this face here, it's blurry. So there's going to be some very small things, but for the most part, all of the aspects of this shot here, apart also from the fact that, yeah, here's another one that's annoying. I don't know if anybody notices it. There's this piece on this vise is attached to the vise. His hand kind of just yoinks through it. So that's a giveaway for sure if you're paying attention to that. Which maybe more people are paying attention to her dropping the drink. Trying to think ways to fix it. Like you can also fix this if we wanted to throw it back in. Or you could add text overlay, for example, on it. Like essentially this section here is what we would want to have covered or like hidden to a degree if we wanted to just hide that glitch. Now, is somebody gonna, you know, exactly notice that? Are they gonna think this is, you know, further in the background? Yeah, because you can't tell too much. It's like 95% there, if you will. And the other shots that we would need for this particular concept, we would probably do something like for a couple of seconds from this, which again we could also have a scene that it's that there's people moving in the background, but I think this is a close enough shot where we can do yeah, or we can do like something like this. And then if I wanted to, I could take one of my, you know, my shots of me cleaning a ring or some shit, and then change again the background of it and have me cleaning like a necklace or ring in the same exact environment. Just verbally explaining how I would approach, you know, the continuation of this concept, which will likely be finishing either today or tomorrow. But yeah, this is good. Drag these guys in. I might do some color matching later, we'll see. I want to grab this guy, goes here.
Sometimes I got a hard time. Am I the only one losing my mind? What the fuck am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing here? Stuck in a one-man circus, trying to find some purpose, but it's unclear. What the fuck am I doing here? Same shit, different year. What the fuck am I doing here? Till I disappear. Stuck in a one-man circus, trying to find some purpose, but it's unclear. What the fuck am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing here?
Pull a meal in a day, ain't even have the goddamn bill on your pill. Every day I just be sipping chamomile, mass appeal. Everybody show up cause they know I'm here. Every week I be on the face, she think it's at a feel. Up in my business, pull up in my bitch crib. I got people locked and loaded like they train for ISIS. Asking for forgiveness, I never said you have it. Pulling all these times like, do you really want attention? Photo shoot the second I go out. Catch me chillin' with Offset and Lulu out. You gotta give a resume so I can see what you're about. Fuck your Snapchat, fuck your camera. I need space like astronaut. Please don't make me pull up on you. Like Tom Sawyer, like to get right to the point. And my sneakers match my sweater. I got hella sauce like soy. Like my dad, I'm the man. Don't wanna see me mad. What you doing is you lost. Go ahead and call a cab. Hey, yesterday my mother called me. She told me that she be worried about my food and what I eat. And I told her it's calamari. You say when I got no plans, sipping on it after dinner. You say you hang with the man, I see him when I'm in the mirror. Pull a mill, and the day ain't even have the goddamn bill on your pill. Every day I just be.
I'm looking back at some of this content I shot like years ago when we were manufacturing these out of a garage, and I'm laughing at myself. There's like definitely some shot of me cleaning one of these. I just have no clue where it is. Nice. Yeah, those are all rings. That's a name. It's a 50. All right, so we basically need to just match now this environment color-wise. Auto adjust, but then we want to add some color match from here. Yeah, I like the red tint. I think it's matching nicely. And then same thing here. Color match from here. All right, gentlemen, I am gonna go grab some food, and I'll keep trenching on this concept later. But yeah, hopefully this kind of showcases the process and is beneficial for anybody also messing with this stuff. If anybody needs anything from me, feel free to DM either IG or Discord. Work best. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Take it easy.